Biological levels of organization.
Biological organization is the hierarchy of complex biological structures and systems that define life using a reductionist approach. The traditional hierarchy, as detailed below, extends from atoms to biospheres. The higher levels of this scheme are often referred to as an ecological organization concept, or as the field, hierarchical ecology.
Each level in the hierarchy represents an increase in organizational complexity, with each object being primarily composed of the previous level's basic unit plus interactions that generate new properties. The basic principle behind the organization is the concept of emergence or emergent properties. These properties arise from interactions of units at a level that cannot be present in lower levels of organization.
The biological organization of life is a fundamental premise for numerous areas of scientific research, particularly in the medical sciences. Without this necessary degree of organization, it would be much more difficult, and likely impossible, to apply the study of the effects of various physical and chemical phenomena to diseases and physiology, body function. For example, fields such as cognitive and behavioral neuroscience could not exist if the brain was not composed of specific types of cells, and the basic concepts of pharmacology could not exist if it was not known that a change at the cellular level can affect an entire organism. These applications extend into the ecological levels as well. For example, DDT's direct insecticidal effect occurs at the subcellular level, but affects higher levels up to and including multiple ecosystems. Theoretically, a change in one atom could change the entire biosphere. These unpredictable changes in small variables are known in mathematics as the butterfly effect theory.
The simple standard biological organization scheme, from the lowest level to the highest level, is as follows. A cellular level or percellular macro level. First, atomic level, atoms are the unit of chemical processes. Second, molecular level, molecules are groups of atoms. Third, biomolecular complex level, they are groups of very large molecules composed principally of carbon and hydrogen.
Subcellular macro level. Composed principally by the organelles level, organelles are functional groups of biomolecules, biochemical reactions and interactions. Cellular macro level. Composed principally by the cellular level, cells are the basic unit of all life and the grouping of organelles. They can adapt and respond to the environment. Also, they have the emerging property of life.
Supercellular macro level or multicellular macro level. It is composed principally by the histological or tissues level. Tissues are functional groups of cells. Organismic macro level. First, organs level. Organs are functional groups of tissues. Second, organ systems level. Organ systems are functional groups of organs. Third, the organism level. Organisms are functional grouping of the lower level components, including at least one cell. They can respond to the environment and self-regulate their bodies.
Ecological macro level. First, populations level. Populations are groups of organisms of the same species. They have the emerging property of biological evolution. Second, communities or biokenosis level. Biological communities are interspecific groups of interacting populations. They have the emerging properties of natural selection by living factors. Third, ecosystems level. Ecosystems are groups of organisms from all biological domains in conjunction with the physical, abiotic environment. They have the emerging property of natural selection by abiotic factors. Fourth, biomes level. Biomes are continental scale groups of ecosystems that share climatically, geographical, and biological conditions. Fifth, the biosphere level. The biosphere is composed of all life on Earth, or all life plus the physical, abiotic environment.
The simplest unit of life is the atom, like oxygen. 2 or more atoms is a molecule, like a dioxide. Many small molecules may combine in a chemical reaction to make up a macromolecule, such as a phospholipid. Multiple macromolecules form a cell, like a club cell. A group of cells functioning together as a tissue, for example, epithelial tissue. Different tissues make up an organ, like a lung. Organs work together to form an organ system, such as the respiratory system. All of the organ systems make a living organism, like a lion. A group of the same organism living together in an area is a population, such as a pride of lions. 2 or more populations interacting with each other form a community, for example, lion and zebra populations interacting with each other. Communities interacting not only with each other, but also with the physical environment encompass an ecosystem, such as the savanna ecosystem. All of the ecosystems make up the biosphere, the area of life on Earth.
More complex schemes incorporate many more levels. For example, a molecule can be viewed as a grouping of elements, and an atom can be further divided into subatomic particles. These levels are outside the scope of biological organization. Each level can also be broken down into its own hierarchy, and specific types of these biological objects can have their own hierarchical scheme. For example, the biomolecular complex called genome can be further subdivided into a hierarchy of genes.
Each level in the hierarchy can be described by its lower levels. For example, the organism may be described at any of its component levels, including the atomic, molecular, cellular, histological, tissue, organ and organ system levels. Furthermore, at every level of the hierarchy, new functions necessary for the control of life appear as interactions of lower-level units. These new roles are not functions that the lower-level components are capable of by their isolated structure and are thus referred to as emergent properties.
Well, this is all for the moment. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe and share it. And we will see us in the next opportunity. Goodbye.